Giant monsters. Destruction left, destruction right. Godzilla. Let's talk about it. Hello, all you friends out there in the YouTube world. It is I, Chris Chavez, with another episode of Nerd News. That was supposed to be like James Bond. That's not my new intro, I promise. Now, today's episode is a movie review, and we're going to review a movie that came out a few days ago. It's a sequel to a movie that came out in 2014, and that is Godzilla, King of Monsters. That was me trying to do Godzilla. This is going to be a really long episode. Now, Godzilla King of Monsters is a sequel from the 2014 Bryan Cranston Godzilla movie, not the 1998 Ferris Bueller Godzilla movie. Just want to clarify that, otherwise you're like, wow, you're reviewing a movie from way back. So in this 2019 version, the movie is about an agency called Monarch. And Monarch is set out to, let's just say, awaken the Titans from their icy slumber or earthly slumber, wherever they dwell, in order to cleanse the world, because their body generally emits kind of, I guess you would say, a seed that helps the plants grow. And the three main characters in this movie, which is a family. Now, the family is trying to reel from the devastation of their loss of their son due to one of the fights that Godzilla had, doing fisticuffs in the city and knocking buildings down and whatnot. And, debris falls and you get squished. It's Godzilla. Come on, people. So the death of their son drives their family apart, and the father, Mark, is kind of left on his own while Madison and Emma are together just doing their thing with science. So Emma has a plan. She creates this machine that allows her to tune into the right frequency of the Titans and allows her to channel the alpha male so that she can control the Titans at her will. To do simple things like, I don't know, taxes, probably get furniture from an ex-boyfriend, getting out of a speeding ticket, jury duty, the kind of things that you would do if you could control a Titan. And her plan to awaken the Titans with Monarch goes horribly wrong, and they follow one main baddie in this movie. And speaking of baddies, let's do a rundown of the villains that are in this movie and or some of Godzilla's main foes. So in this movie, there are, they say, 17 Titans, but there are 3 in particular that take the center stage. So first, we're going to begin with Mothra, and you can't forget Rodan, and then the big alpha baddie himself, Ghidorah. So this movie, right off the bat, is very visually stunning. Now, the way that they capture the Titans definitely makes you feel very insignificant, and you can see the sheer size of these Titans. It's almost like I'm looking at one right now. Okay, let's face it. You go to a movie like this to expect monsters crushing and demolishing things. You don't go into a movie like this expecting Academy Award-winning acting. Sorry, Hank Azaria. And also, they reference King Kong in this movie, which, if you know, they are going to somehow, I don't know how it's going to work, but King Kong versus Godzilla, that's going to happen, and it's going to be epic. Now, there's one scene in particular that I want to talk about because it touched my little kid heart. So as a kid, I used to see the mountains that I used to live next to, and I used to think that the mountains were the backs of giants. Well, as a lot of the Titans were waking up from the call from the Alpha, one of the Titans, literally his back was a mountain, and he rose up. And from that scene, the little 8-year-old in me was jumping and screaming. So I had this giant smile on my face in the theater like this when it happened. Ready? Here's a reenactment. Now, the only thing that I kind of thought would play a little bit more into it was the device that allows you to talk and control these Titans that makes you the Alpha. It was a huge plot point in this movie, but once they got all the Titans, they kind of got rid of it. I thought that would come into play a little bit more into the movie, but I'm fine with what they did. But this franchise does have a lot of steam left in its tank. There's a lot of different ways that they can go with this movie, and they left it open for obviously sequels besides King Kong. But Godzilla, I give it 2 thumbs up. It is a very fun popcorn movie. I suggest you watch it in IMAX. And thanks for listening, guys. If this is your first time here, please hit the notification bell to be notified of all future episodes, and please like and subscribe. I truly appreciate it. And remember, this Godzilla is so realistic, you can't see the zipper on the back of this Godzilla suit. You know, like the older Godzillas, the guy in the suit looked kind of like... Go watch the movie.